What is the name?
My name is Mohit.
Mohit. Mohit, where are you from?
I am from Riva, Madhya Pradesh.
You are Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Please tell me about yourself.
I live in Riva, Madhya Pradesh with my family. There are four members in my family, including me, my father, my mother, and my sister. About my qualification, I had recently completed my graduation in BTech Computer Science from RJP University. I had completed front-end development certification from Pro Skill Hub and pursuing my internship for the last 6 months.
Okay. So, Mohit, what are the languages you are proficient in?
I am proficient in React, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and in verbal languages, I am proficient in English and Hindi.
Okay. Why did you choose IT as a career?
In my 11th 12th class, I have an elective subject in IP, Informatic Practices. In that subject, I used to learn codings. From there, I had get interest in IT field.
Okay. So, are you a fresher or do you have any experience?
I am experienced because I have done 6 month internship as a front-end developer in Toscana.
What is the working schedule there?
Uh, Work schedule there is 9 to 6, including lunch.
Okay. So, have you made any projects or something?
Yes, I have created one Zomato clone project with my team.
Explain your project, please. What it is about? What
My
are the
project,
functionalities you have? Yeah, sure.
uh, my project is a clone of most trending India's website, that is Zomato, which is
Okay.
fast delivering food website. People use that website to order food, restaurant food in their home. Our site can maintain connection between customers and the restaurants. We we get the food from the restaurants and deliver to the customers. And about our functionality of the website, we has implemented authentication, filtering, and locations, and also the gateway payment method, so we can pay online also.
Okay. So, what is React?
React is an open source JavaScript library. It is used to create components which will help us to create complex pages in small code and different components. It is easy to use. We can also use component as well as we want or where we want, and give it other functionalities like JSX, which is easy to use also for the beginners. With small amount of JavaScript, he can use it. And so
What is JSX?
JSX is a JavaScript XML. In this, we can directly use the JavaScript inside the HTML, which we help us to ignore the functions like append child and create element, etc.
Okay. What are components?
Components are the part of the code, a small part of the code, which is help us to it reuse it as many times as we want, because of which we can create the complex site into small parts in easy way.
Mhm. What is the difference between stateless and stateful components?
Stateless components, there are no state present to store the data, so we can render the data as from the prop, or we can render the static data. but in the stateful data, where we can fetch the data from the URLs or APIs and store it and render the data dynamically.
What is use memo?
Use memo is used to store the complex calculation of the CPUs, just like the Google Maps. When we render the Google Maps, it takes a lot of time to render it. So our website gets slow. So we can load it first time and then use it to the use memo to store it. So in next time we don't have to do it again and again.
Okay. How is package.json is different from package log.json?
Yes, package.json is a metadata. So it stores metadata of the project, just like name and the dependencies. It is in the human form, human readable form. And package.log.json is created when we install any packages. It also it also maintains dependencies versions, but also sub dependencies version too. That's generate because when we pass or shift our project from one computer to another computer or other device, we will also use it without any errors or other things.
What is JSX?
जैसे आई थिंक ये क्वेश्चन हो चुका है.
What a proxy?
Proxies are the servers used when we don't want to show over the IP address. If we implement the proxies, we go through that server first and then the server we want to.
What are refs?
Reference I used to, sorry, no idea.
What is the difference between props and state?
Props are the data which has been passed from parent to the child. It is immutable. Once fixed, then we will not change it. And state are used to store the data inside the function or component. We can change it or it will render the data dynamically.
What is the difference between client side and server side rendering?
Client-side rendering. When we do the calculations or fetch the data is being fetched from the client side or the locals. But from the server side, when we fetch the data, it has been calculated and fetched from the server and then rendered to the client.
What are hooks?
Hooks are basically um, hooks are basically invented in the 16.8 version of the React. It is it has been discovered so that we can use the life cycle of the state or class component of the React. Because of the hooks, we can also use states and use effect in the function-based components. Before that, before the invention of that or discovery of that, our functional component is stateless component.
What are fragments?
Fragments are the small part of the code.
Okay. What are the features of React?
Features of React. The main feature is it is easy to use because of its JSX component. We can directly use JavaScript inside the HTML, which will help the beginner to use React with small knowledge of the JavaScript. And the second feature is into small components and reuse.
So what are the difference between memoized and recursive components? Well,
Hello.
what are the difference between memoized and recursive elements?
I don't know.
Okay. Why did you choose React as your front language?
The main thing is basically a library which don't have that much of components in which currently use DOMs, which are slower than the and convert it in the codes and small components we as many want per need. So our projects didn't get that much big.
Mohit, why do you want to switch the company?
I already get that which I am also I made a good relation with my team, but in the saturation point to get or explore my knowledge. So I want to
So what is the salary expectation with?
earn 6 lakhs per month. Sorry, per year.
Yeah.